Good day, everyone. You are listening to a lecture in Living in the IT Era, or also known as the GEEC 104, with your instructor, Ma'am Villarime Gulia. So, we are definitely living in the IT era. But what constitutes an IT era per se? Well, one thing's for sure, technology drastically changed our lives for the better. Since time immemorial, or this what we call the Greek times, the Roman times, or the ancient period, we have been we have been engulfed with the primitive context of living without technology. It is funny, however, to think that it has been definitely or approximately 2000 years ago. We are living happily with the means of agriculture using simple tools and using simple materials in order to suffice our living. But a simple turn, a simple turn in the technological advancement came with a 160-degree change in the lifestyle of the people. So, it is however funny to say that ang timeline ng tao ay ang timeline ng tao sa mundo ay napaka matanda na. So 2000 years ago, since the very beginning of the human evolution, wala pa tayong technology, wala pa tayong mga simple machines at wala pang internet. And at the same time, way back 1700s or yung approximately sa 2000 years tayong primitibo. Pero after 250 years, over that timeline, napakabilis, napaka-drastic ng pagbabago sa mundo. And here we are now after 1700s, and we are now living in the IT era. Okay, so what really changed during this time? We could say, there is a comparison, i-compare natin kung ano yung pamumuhay noon at ngayon. So before, we use from the perspective of the Industrial Revolution, we use telephones, yung malalaking telepono na meron pa siyang mga maiingay na ringing bell and mabibigat na uri ng aparato. But now, most of us uses smartphones, iPhones, and some other touchscreen mobile phones na meron tayo. Before, you have to watch live television and live broadcast para mapanood mo yung mga hinihintay mong palabas. But now, all you have to do is just to stream in Netflix, in Hulu, in Amazon, and you can have your series anywhere you want. I remember way back when I was little, nung nauto ng Dragon Ball Z at ng Meteor Garden ang kukote ng mga Pilipino during the 2000s, early 2000s ito. So, pwedeng kapapanganak nyo pa lang or pwedeng hindi pa kayo pinapanganak. But during this time, ang mga television, pausbong pa lang. Okay, so analog pa yung television namin. And then, okay, pinasok nitong Dragon Ball Z ang sistema ng mga Pilipino. But since wala pa masyadong internet or hindi pa nadadatnan ng internet ang Pilipinas, we have to really adhere to the schedule sa television just to watch the shows na nagkaroon ng fever yung Dragon Ball Z na yan and then the Meteor Garden. So, nung nagkaroon ng typhoon sa Manila when I was little and then 1 month na walang kuryente, napaka-heartbroken ng mga kapitbahay namin. It is because there is no access kung paano nila mapapanood yung only entertainment available during that time. But now, kahit na may trabaho kayo, may pasok kayo at hindi ninyo napanood yung favorite series ninyo, there are available sites na pwede ninyong ma-access just to watch those series that you are wanting to watch. Okay, so this is quite funny. Before, we have these albums full of photos that we never look at. Also palagi yung meron tayong physical photo albums. Dati nung elementary ako, uso yung ganitong pagre-regalo kapag Christmas party. Minsan nadi-disappoint kami kapag nare-regaluhan ng ganito. But then, okay, so photo albums are quite a trend during those time. But now, we have flash drives. hard drives full of photos and still you never look at it. But the difference is that we have virtual storage, meron tayong storage kung saan pwede na nating ma-save yung ating mga pictures. So you are quite lucky in your generation kasi pwede na ninyong ma-acquire ang soft copy ng mga photos ninyo. Unlike your mothers, yung mga titos, titas ninyo, na nung panahon namin, kapag hindi ka na-picturean, wala ka nang bakas sa mundo. You are not being, kumbaga, you're not capable of being traced. Okay, so before, computers cost thousands and took up the entire rooms. Malaki ang mga computer before, but now paliitan na. Ang trend ngayon sa laptop economy is yung panipisan, pagaanan, pagandahan ng CPU, yung microprocessor niya, and then palakihan naman. Panipisan ng computers or laptops rather. Pero malalaki yung kanilang mga RAM and then yung kanilang mga storage. Ayan, so microprocessing unit. So ayan ang trend ngayon. Before, we had to rent CDs and DVDs. Ayan, in the Video City or in some other firms na nag-a-allow mag-parent ng CDs if we failed to watch the movie that we wanted to watch during the cinema streaming. Pero ngayon, okay, you just have to have an internet access and then you can just download these movies na hindi ninyo napanood or na-missed in the cinema screening. Marami tayong sites dyan. So, you see, yung mga gumagamit ng torrent, they just download it. Maghanap ka lang ng mga sites na nag-offer ng free movie streaming sites sa internet and then you can just watch it without hassle. So before, we had to send party invites through the mail and no one would show up. But today, kahit na messenger lang yan, during Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or any other social media platforms, you can invite these people. But still, what I noticed during this time is still no one would show up. Kapag planado ang isang event, halos walang uma-attend unless it is required and may penalty. Pero kapag mga barka-barkada lang, nauso yung term na drawing, way back 2017. O, diba? So, nadadagdagan yung ating mga knowledge about technology and the daily civilization or yung daily socializing because of this mechanism na nangyayari pa ulit-ulit na lang. So, nag-emerge yung term na drawing. Okay? So, if we analyze this picture, makikita natin yung impact ng technology in our lives. You see, before, nakikita natin ang mga tao na they are living a confident and very frugal life. Pero ngayon, rarely, na-envelope na ng technology ang buhay natin. You are lying if you told me na mali ako kapag sinabi kong most of us sleeps with our phones on, sleeps with our phones in our pillows, and wakes up looking at the phones before looking at the clock. Right? So you see, kahit saan ka pumunta, ang pinaka-necessity na natin na kumbaga nagiging dependent tayo is the cellphone. Mawala ng lahat ng hawak mo, basta dala mo yung cellphone mo wherever you go, and you still survive. Pero kapag hindi mo makita ang cellphone mo every minute, now and then, medyo hindi ka mapakali. Specifically so if there are important conversations na kailangan mong i-attend to, especially now that there is an online learning, and most specifically so if there are any apps na may hinihintay kang updates. Okay, so way back 1979, what you see in this picture is a device, okay, containing, a storage device rather, the hard drive containing 200 MB. Take note of the MB. O, yan megabytes lang yan. Okay? So, you look at that megabytes, ganyan kalaki yan, mas malaki pa sa refrigerator natin or mas malaki pa sa electric fan natin, and yet ang mai-store niya lang na data is 250. At napakabagal ng processor nito, at the same time, it weighs a ton. Kumbaga 550 pounds siyang kabigat, and then it costs tens of thousands in dollars. Apaka-expensive. Okay, way back 2013, medyo nauso yung mga tinatawag nating memory card. Okay, so yung memory card natin na napakaliit, microchip lang siya, and they contain much large capacity, storage capacity, that's 16 gigabyte naman na. So micro means small, micro SD card, and it can hold about 64 times the data as the HD above. So you see the difference now between the technological advancement. Okay, but if you look at it on this perspective, something somewhere went terribly wrong. So that is the evolution of technology. Well, the evolution of technology, if you can read, pwede nyo siyang basahin na lang sa module ninyo, has something to do with the human rationale. That's the keyword. Human rationale. Okay, it always starts with the usage of tools. Technology emerges with wanting, okay, with the people wanting to make their life easier and faster. Okay, so the very thing to blame in this technological advancement is the Industrial Revolution. So Industrial Revolution has two highlights. One is the transition from the manual to mechanical technology, and the origin of this revolution. So you may read it in the module, pero isa-summarize na lang natin para mas maintindihan. Okay, so when we look at the term Industrial Revolution, it changed the life of the people drastically. We always use the term drastic. Why drastic? Because napakabilis. Okay, imagine the life of the people living 2,000 years, for 2,000 years, wanting nothing, doing nothing, and having nothing of technology. But after these 2,000 years at nagkaroon ng Industrial Revolution, 2020 or 2020 today, that was approximately 250 years prior to the Industrial Revolution, and yet meron na tayong touch screens, and most of us are technologically dependent na. So if you look at it, Industrial Revolution beginning in Britain or in England, in Europe, and then ito yung panahon ng ang Industrial Revolution, ito yung panahon kung saan nagkaroon ng transition from manual to mano-mano to mechanical technology. Nagkaroon na ng mga makinarya, ng mga machineries, and the simple tools, at nagsunod-sunod na yung mga innovations and then yung mga discoveries in the scientific department. Okay, so I am giving you these additional sources para mas maintindihan ninyo. Ito yung mga sa History Channel, merong mga na-mention dito mga important inventions kung paano na umusbong ang industrial technology. Sa crash course, ipapaliwanag dito na mas madali ni John Green ang pag-usbong ng Industrial Revolution in the historical perspective, and in Simple History, makikita nyo dito yung madali ang pagpapaliwanag ng rationale ng Industrial Revolution or yung role ng Industrial Revolution sa pag-develop ng technology natin. Okay, so to make it faster, since you're getting bored and I know it, ang Industrial Revolution natin, ito yung panahon kung saan umusbong yung tinatawag nating steam engine. It is because of the discovery of the steam engine, the discovery of spinning jenny, and the most important one, the discovery of coal and iron. I mean, meron ng mga iron, may mga bakal na, pero yung pag-discover nila kung paano gamitin ang coal, ang paggamit ng heat, energy, to transform it into mechanical energy from the textile industry, iyon ang dahilan kung bakit umusbong yung mga innovations during this time. So, okay, meron tayong mahati natin sa dalawang revolution ng Industrial Revolution. So, yung unang revolution, it emerges in England, or yung in Britain rather, in Western, let's say in Europe. Sa Europa, okay, it took about 1750s to 1850s, and ang mga bansa that took part in this particular advancement or era is Britain. Okay, during this time kasi, ang England nagkaroon ng maraming setbacks because of the monarchical system na meron sila in their political system. Kaya nag-revert back, nagkaroon ng madaming slave itong Britain natin. So sa Great Britain, na-discover nila yung tinatawag nating mga makinarya na makakatulong sa pag-develop ng Industrial Revolution. Okay, so dito sa Great Britain, ang pinaka-importante kailangan nating itandaan ay ang pag-usbong ng textile industry, yung pagpagawaan ng mga damit. Ayan, sila yung pinakauna-unahang bansa kung saan nag-utilize sila ng technology using coal, nagkakagawa sila ng mga factories. Okay, before, kailangan nilang gawin, mano-mano yon na puro mga tao, or may mga tauhan sila, the labor force is quite big. And then the machineries are nothing out of sight. But then, nung nadiskubre nila ang paggamit ng coal and iron, ayun na, nabawasan yung labor force, napadali yung buhay nila, at napagaan yung kanilang trabaho at mas napabilis. Okay? Pero ang disadvantage ng Industrial Revolution is that nawalan ng trabaho yung most of the slaves and most of the people during this time. Sa sobrang paggamit ng machinery, syempre, alam naman natin na may setback yon. Ang advantage ng paggamit ng technology during this time is that mababawasan mo yung labor force na kakailanganin sa tao. Okay, pero, okay, mababawasan man, pero mawawalan ng trabaho yung mga workers dahil meron ng technology na gagawa ng mga function na dapat sila yung gumagawa. So, ganun ang nangyari. Ayan. So, umangat ang technological advancement, pero nagkaroon ng setback pagdating sa poverty and socio-political and economic living ng mga nasa beyond the margin, yung mga medyo mahihirap na mga tao during this time. Okay, so yung first revolution, nakapokus ito sa Western Europa, and then the second revolution, after World War II, sumunod naman ng Amerika na nadiscover nila, ay oo nga, nagkaroon na ng mga technological advancement dito sa bandang western side ng mundo. So, hindi naman sila papahuli. Kaya, nag-adapt sila ng mga knowledge, naghanap sila ng mga tao, and then, inumpisahan din nila yung pag-utilize ng knowledge available during that time, and then the enlightenment processes hanggang sa makagawa din sila ng mga technological advancement. Okay, so ano yung mga ilan sa mga innovations during this time? One is the invention of the incandescent bulb. Ayan. Tuwing gabi, gumagamit tayo ng lampara before. But then, because of the invention or yung sa breakthrough ng paggamit ng electricity, pagkoconnect ng circuit, simple circuit, ayun na. Nagkaroon na tayo ng buhay, nagkaroon na din ng economy during the night. And then, since na-invento ang incandescent bulb, sumunod na dyan, in the breakthrough of communication, nagkaroon tayo ng telegraph using the Morse code. Yung Morse code, makikita niyo yan sa World War I, World War II. Makikita natin na napakahirap ng communication noon. Kailangan may linya ng telepono, hindi pa wireless. Kailangan as in landline pa yon. At napakahirap makasagap ng signal, napaka-expensive, at napaka-hassle gamitin. Okay, so the first and old revolution took place in England, United States, Belgium, and France. But the second revolution, nakita na ng Germany, Japan, and Russia. Pero ang pinaka-rationale dito is that nauna ang Western, followed by the America. Okay, so the spread of Industrial Revolution, ito lang yung mga significant things to remember. In the mid-1800s, Great Britain is the world leader in the Industrial Revolution. Sila yung pinaka-supreme country when it comes to technological advancement. They attempted to ban the export of its methods and technologies, but hindi nila napigilan. So, they attempted to monopolize their knowledge in technology, but then it has a breakthrough. Kumbaga, kumalat pa rin yung knowledge nila sa technology. And way back 1812s, United States industrialized after World War II, na nasabi ko na rin. So, 1825, you don't have to memorize these dates. Mention lang natin. The France joined the Industrial Revolution, and then Russia and Japan began to industrialize also. Okay, so there are terms that we need to remember in studying living in the IT era. So living in the IT era has core terms to consider. One is the information. Ano nga ba yung tinatawag nating information? It refers to the knowledge obtained from reading, investigation, study, or research. But actually, information came from a data. A processed data is what we call an information. And a processed information is what we call knowledge. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag natin. From the very basic concept of information, we have the data followed by the processing of data, nagkaroon ng information. If this information are processed thoroughly and studied, magkakaroon tayo ng knowledge, the basic knowledge. Then, communication. Ano nga ba yung communication? So, paulit-ulit na lang itong term na communication natin, way back time immemorial, kahit ng elementary pa kayo. Communication is simply as the transmission of messages. That's communication. Okay, so to transmit messages, communication, that is the basic meaning of it. Technology, when you were in grade 6 or in high school, ang technology, isa ng definition yan. An application of science. As simple as that. Anything that has something to do with the combination of the theory and the practices sa mga laws in science.
Ma'am Marian, ma'am.